And Sanitation Deputy Minister David Mahlobo has just finished speaking to residents and business owners in Hartebeesport in Northwest following a dispute between the occupiers of state-owned land at a dam located in the Multi-stakeholder local municipality. Mahlobo urged all the parties to find common ground. Our reporter Nqobile Madlala standing by with the Deputy Minister for a breakdown of what came out of those discussions. Nqobile, good afternoon to you. What's the situation there? How did this develop?
Well, to be quite honest, what we saw here, Stephen, was that the tensions were quite high. In fact, you could see that people are on opposite ends of how they feel about what is currently taking place in Hartebeesport. But of course, we saw the unity in the end, and that unity comes with the fact that there's going to be people that are going to be appointed to speak about these issues, break them down. We understand that the South African Human Rights Commission is also going to be brought in to look into this matter. But I want to bring in the Minister so he can directly break down those. We understand that, Minister, you are going to be appointing a committee. Tell us more about this committee.
We're very pleased because after the members of the community came from different views and different backgrounds, and they were fully representative. The traditional leaders were here, the municipality, and then the people that have different views at the source of some of the challenges, including academics, religious leaders. Now, ultimately, after they've been able to ventilate, we've agreed that let's coordinate our work, start a journey of co-creating a new artist we want, and then so that they can be a coexistent. We are actually going to have a multi-stakeholder committee. It will include government, it will include traditional leaders, it will include NPOs, NGOs, environmentalists, and we'll launch it in the first week of November. In the meantime, we'll want them to have a technical team led by our department and COCTA in the province and the municipality to handle some of the issues. In the main, the issues around the leases, we're going to attend to them because our intention was to break the cycle of entitlement of 99-year leases. Other people have no right under the sun. We've done that. We've been taken to court, and the courts have ruled in our favor to say to transform, redress the injustice of the past is the right thing to do. We should process that. But when we do that, we must link it to the plan of growth here. What is the growth plan? What do they want to be known about? Because that dam is a heritage to them. It's an advantage. But at the very same time, we also got a different angle. Other people are saying, but we are fighting over an asset that is depreciating, that is losing value. There is a pollution. That has happened over time. The quality of water is so bad, impacting on the environment, the quality of water downstream, hohakies and businesses that are being affected here. There's going to be a stream that deals with environmental protection, integrated plan, the municipalities in Gauteng. They have to stop to do pollution. Then we have to clean up the epicenter where the pollution is. Then there's issues of municipality governance around business trading, the licenses, the issues of the permits, regulatory issues, and inconsistent application by the municipalities, including disturbances around trading hours, issues of noise tolerance. The mayor, we've directed him to say, in the next 7 days, let them be clear, organize the meeting. There are issues around law enforcement. There has been violence here, issues of people being beaten, but at the very same time, also some cases that needs to be followed through. We'll engage with the Minister of Police, the MEC for Safety in the province and deal with those issues. But generally, there is a positive mood that they want to work to start the first journey towards living together and make this place to be a memorable one on behalf of their children.
And whilst you talk about the law enforcement, Minister, there's obviously Utabiso who has been affected because his establishment was burnt down, but also there's an issue where there are people that are using the land, the municipal land, illegally. So how are you going to address these two?
On the question of Tabiso, we're very pleased that on one side, communities themselves, they are saying they have an idea to say, as part of goodwill, gesture, they wanted to rebuild this thing so that at least they can be renowned, that they cannot be associated with destruction, with violence, and some elements of racism here. That component is very good. It has to be pushed. The traditional leaders and certain people in the business sector and in the churches, they want to do that. But on the law enforcement agencies, we'll engage with the minister so that he can be able to assist us. So there is issues of law and order here. We can't have elements of lawlessness that is causing some of the problems. And I'm very pleased with the attitude of Thabiso, how he has handled the issues without taking the law into in-house hands.
And of course, this doesn't end here. Like you say, that there's going to be multiple teams that are going to come on the ground. But essentially, there's a water economy that is not doing so well at the moment, mainly because of these fights between the communities. How are you going to deal with that right now?
We're absolutely correct. Water has the strongest element around issues of economic development. In the main, these dams, they are a reservoir of a treasure that is an endowment sitting with our people. People were denied access to water just to drink it. And you find that many sectors of the economy, they were prioritized to use water instead of neighboring communities. We've abolished those laws, opening up all these dams for multi-uses. But at the very same time, when you sit next to water, you can start anything because water is there. Therefore, the question of access to economic opportunity, we want to deal with that. But then there's an environmental component. The environment must be kept pristine, the biodiversity and others, because that's how we are part of an ecosystem. Then there are issues around heritage here and culture. People, they are always spiritually associated with water. They want to do many, many other things. But it can also be a source of conflict, security issue, like we've seen here. And that's why when we say Marumo Fatsi, let them work together, because we appreciate as a SADC community, we share rivers, and these rivers must be shared. And we know that water has no politics, it doesn't have an ideology, it doesn't even matter whether it's your boundary. It can flow from my house into your house, because it knows no boundary. And those are the principles that of coexistence. And if we do them, we know that we'll have a sustainable future.
All right, well, it sounds like there are a lot of solutions. Thank you very much, Minister, for speaking to us. Well, that's the Deputy Minister of Water and Sanitation. And I think, Stephen, there, he's saying that there are solutions that are going to, in hindsight, start coming on the ground from November. So we are going to see how this community is going to work towards that going forward. We could see, of course, that there were a bit of clashes, but there's been an idea that come together and they are looking forward to that. So we'll see it in the making as it happens on the ground.
Nqobile, thank you very much indeed for that update. Well, water, of course, a hot topic in many parts of the country at the moment, especially during the big heat wave in the internal parts, the interior of the country.